Hey everyone, it's Mike from Rogala Photography here. Yes, I'm back. I've defeated the pneumonia and I'm feeling much better. Got my voice back. So ready to go. Now, normally this video on photography trends, I would have released it the beginning of the year, like the beginning of January. However, like I said, had pneumonia, so I kind of had to wait a little bit. So anyway, better late than never. Let's get started with the first trend of 2025. Drone photos. Drones have become cheaper and much easier to use. So you're going to see a lot more drone photos, drone portraits. You're seeing a lot of YouTubers using drones to record their talking headshots now, with the mini microphones and the wireless, I should say the wireless microphones, and then the drones as well. So drone photos, you're going to start seeing even more of them with the smaller and easier to use drones. Number two, retro and vintage photos. You're going to start seeing a lot of Victorian, Gothic, and also retro 80s. With you have a lot of film emulation software, as well as Fuji has their what was it called again? The X100V or VR6, I should say. They have the little film recipes inside of the camera that you could put on on the photos to make them look like they were shot on popular film stocks. Victorian, you're going to start seeing a lot of that, especially for weddings. And Gothic, I don't think Gothic has ever gone out of style. So, more and more you're going to be seeing more of these. I believe these were on my list last year as well. These are going to continue to become popular. Number three, cinematic and dramatic photos. You're going to be seeing a lot of filmic stills from a movie, and a lot of motion. Um, People have been trying to emulate their favorite movies and their photos. Again, weddings, portraits, those are the main ones, but you're going to see them a lot on social media as well too. So I know the real popular one a couple years ago was the Joker. That film, that look that came from that movie was, number one, it was an amazing color grade, and again, it's becoming popular, but you're seeing it a lot more with other films as well, and also TV shows too, like Yellowstone and 1923. Again, excellent color grading, very nostalgic looking, just fantastic. Number four, high contrast black and white. Black and white, you know what, I think they've been on every one of my trends lists. They just never go out of style. It's timeless, dramatic. It always has a beautiful story to it. Now the high contrast just means you're going to have just, again, I guess, just like I said, much more contrast, a lot less of the faded look, and more of the contrasty, um, just dark blacks and whites. And just again, for weddings, you'll still see them for weddings, portraits. Pretty much those are going to be the popular styles. You're not really going to see it too much with product photography or landscape photography, but definitely with weddings and portraits. And like I said, black and white, no matter how you look at it, it's never going out of style. Number five, patterns. Yet another one from my list from the last couple years. You were talking patterns from buildings, natural patterns that you might see in nature. One thing in nature, though, you will never see perfect squares or perfect rectangles, and they're always going to be off a little bit. Buildings, you might see a series of windows or stairs, brick or block work, just all making a pattern. You might always see also to see a series of houses that all kind of look the same, and they're just kind of like all in a row or stacked, whatever. Again, it's just anything that forms a pattern for your photo. They're kind of semi-abstract. So a lot of them are going to be zoomed in and focusing on the pattern itself. So you kind of have to think about, well, what is that? But also, too, some of them may be zoomed out where you can actually see exactly what is making the pattern. So again, patterns are going to be a big trend this year. Okay, silhouettes. Now, silhouettes, um, again, we normally think of a silhouette of someone sitting like on a beach or standing on a beach and you see the sunset or sunrise in the background, and then the person is just blacked out and all you can see is their silhouette. But also, a lot of these silhouettes are being made in the studio. So maybe a bright light in the background and no light on the subject at all. Or you can also do it with a colored light and give the subject a little bit of color, and that way a little bit of light, and you just see a little bit of the subject, but it's still basically a silhouette. So again, those, they've been popular for quite a while, but I think they're going to really, really make a big comeback this year in 2025. So silhouettes, solo outdoor adventure portraits. Uh, I had this on my first trends, photography trends video a couple years ago. And with the use of action cameras and these smaller point and shoot cameras and our phones, you're going to see a lot of adventure portraits done on hikes, biking, outdoor. They're always outdoor themed, usually. Adventurous backgrounds like mountains, forests, bodies of water. They're just so popular. And again, I think what really, really opened these up were action cameras. Again, you can still take regular photos with action cameras, but usually they're done with videos. So you're going to start seeing a lot more outdoor adventure portraits, especially with these cameras getting smaller and more powerful. And also, same thing with your phones. Your phones are becoming more powerful. They're taking better photos, raw photos. So you're going to start seeing even more of these adventure outdoor portraits. Number 8, snapshot authentic photos. These photos are photos that basically look like they were just taken at a party, just real quick with your phone, or back in the day with like one of those 110 Instamatic cameras or a Polaroid. They're not staged. They are more snapshot looking, like random shots. They weren't really planned out. The backgrounds are more real, usually a lot busier, like a crowd in the background, maybe at a bar, people dancing, people doing drinks, talking at maybe a dinner, that kind of stuff. So they're real and they're not flawless. They have flaws in them. And if you were going to critique them like a regular photo, you'd probably be like, oh, this is just a snapshot. Well, that's what's actually popular right now. These stage photos are becoming less popular, and just random, natural looking photos is becoming very, very popular. The viewer relates more to the photo because it reminds them of something that they've done, like at a party or a wedding or whatever, at a bar with their friends. And they probably have plenty of photos that look just like these snapshots. So you're going to start seeing a lot of them. You've already been seeing a lot of them over the last couple of years. So snapshot photos. Okay, wedding documentary photos. These photos are very similar to the snapshot style photos, but they got more of a documentary feel. They're semi-staged, but they are in organic moments. So, instead of having just the bride and groom posing in front of a body of water or a statue or something like that, they may be standing next to where their guests are eating dinner. So it's a stage photo, but the guests aren't really posing. They're not really looking at the camera. They are just there. They're doing what they normally do, having their drinks, eating their dinner, etc. But the bride and groom are posed next to it. Um, a lot of organic moments. The photos flow naturally. People are in a stiff. People are just having fun. Okay. And again, weddings, I mean, it's a lot of things, but it's about having fun. So these organic, natural photos are going to be really, really popular now. Number 10, disposable cameras at weddings. This was on my list last year. I was at a wedding about 2 years ago. It's where I first saw these disposable cameras. And what they do is you leave these disposable film cameras, they leave them on the tables randomly in different places, and their guests can pick up the photo or the camera and take pictures. And then you put them back down. And now the bride and groom not only have the photos from their photographer, but they also have things that have happened at their wedding that maybe the photographer couldn't see. It happened, in the coat room or at the bar, and the photographer was probably with the bride and groom. Yeah, the photographer can only be in so many places at one time. So it's a great way to get more photos from a wedding. And again, the guests are taking these candid photos. They're snapshots usually, it's kind of post, semi post, but they're more authentic than regular wedding photographer photos. And the photos have a much more personal touch. Disposable photo or film photo cameras. Well, there you go. 10 trends, photography trends for 2025. You've been seeing these a lot lately. You're probably going to be seeing a lot more, or you will be seeing a lot more. Now, the one thing I did leave off the list that is definitely a trend, but I think it's beyond trend now, and that's AI photos. I had AI on my first list a couple years ago, and then last year I think I had it as an honorable mention. AI has become more than a trend. It's a norm now in photography, whether it's creating photos from scratch, editing photos, adding, parts to a photo that maybe, that wasn't really in the photo, but you want to add it to it. AI is pretty much, it's here to stay. Okay. Whether you like it or not. So I took it off the trends list, and right now it is a permanent feature in photography. So anyway, until next time, take care, everyone.